Hey guys, it's Paul once again with another VHS review, and this time we are talking about a movie called Rape. Now look at that title. Very blunt, very provocative, short and to the point. Rape. And of course, look at that artwork. Very provocative artwork as well. We have a woman in a bathroom, it looks like. She has those tiles behind her. She's in a towel, she's all wet, like she just came out of the shower. And for whatever reason, she's surrounded by fire. But of course, this is the kind of artwork that the feminist absolutely despises because it promotes misogyny against women. And just to make matters worse, it's called rape. It's very in your face, of course. And what makes this even more misogynistic, at least according to the feminists, would be that it's a POV shot. She's fending us off from attacking her. We're the assailants. So, very interesting artwork, very, as I said, misogynistic, and I don't know, I love it. I love artwork that's just in your face. Now, I'm not really sure how many video stores had the guts to put this out on the shelf like this movie called Rape, with a woman about to be attacked in her shower. Frank and Roger are shocked by the death of their friend Jean, who apparently has died of an unknown disease, and decide to investigate. They visit the old haunts of their friend and meet Maria, the girl Jean was in love with. They soon discover that Maria has strange, supernatural powers, and the unexplainable mystery of Jean's death deepens. What really happened to Jean? Was he the victim of an evil force? What is the mystery of the strange and beautiful Maria? Now, from that synopsis on the back of the box, you can tell that it has absolutely nothing to do with rape or attacking women or anything of that sort. Really what this movie is a supernatural detective story, honestly. That's really all it is. The back synopsis is totally accurate to the movie. It explains it very well. When we look at this cover, we assume something totally different. We assume a guy roaming around the city, perhaps, or a small town looking for women to abduct and take advantage of forcefully. But this movie is nothing like that. Now, the original title of this movie loosely translates to Naked Paranoia, or Naked Concern, or something to that nature. This is a Spanish movie. And so, sometimes what happens with these imports from Spain or Italy, the US distributor would cut off the original credit sequence, and then it cuts straight to a new credit sequence, which is totally different. And of course we get the title, Rape. While the credits are rolling, we get establishing footage of Paris. I felt like that establishing footage was not intended for the credit sequence. They just cut off the original credits. I really don't think I have to go into the story that much because the back synopsis describes it very well. But I'll try to give you my own take on it. So we got these two guys, they're French guys, and their friend dies of a mysterious illness that the doctors cannot figure out. So they go back to Spain, the previous location he was at before he got ill, and they go to a small town that he visited. And the town folk there don't really seem to want to talk about their friend that visited there. And eventually they do get a few people to talk, and they find out that he was hanging around this girl Maria. Now, the town people hate this girl Maria because they think she's a witch and that she has these weird supernatural powers. So now they have to try to find Maria and try to get to the bottom of the story. So they go to an old house where Maria was living at, and they take some pictures, and then they notice that in the pictures there's these weird Aztec symbols on the walls. But they eventually find Maria up in the mountains living with her father. Now, this is not her real father. He claims to have adopted her or taken her under his wing at the circus. That's where he found her. So they go up there to talk to the father, to talk to Maria, just to find out what exactly is going on. And then weird things start to happen. One scene is when the father is drunk and he goes up to see Maria, and a scuffle ensues, and then he tries to seduce Maria. Spirits come into the room through the window and throw the father off of her.
Maria, what happened?
He tried to rape me.
But he's your father.
He was going to rape me.
Now that happens about 45 or 50 minutes into the movie. And this whole time, while I'm watching this movie, I'm like, okay, where is this epic rape that was, so graphic that it made the cover of the video? And so when that scene came up, I was like, really? They based the entire marketing campaign around that one scene, because that rape has really nothing to do with the entire plot of the movie. It's just an incident that happened. So this is not a movie, like I said, about rape. It's about a woman possessed by some ancient spirits. That's all it is. There's no rape, there's no serial rapist, there's nothing like that, which is suggested by this cover art. Now, one of these investigators, he's also a psychiatrist, and he uses the medallion to try to put Maria into a trance to try to figure out exactly what's going on, or if this other spirit actually does exist. And in fact, when Maria is under hypnosis, she starts to speak as Princess Montezuma, I believe, an Aztec princess. And she's talking about these things that happened in the past, while she was a Aztec princess, nothing quite interesting. But we get some flashback sequences, and some of these sequences are footage from an old movie, obviously, but then there are insert shots of her as the princess, which was obviously newer footage, so it's like what the Italians did with some of their zombie movies. Now, the big climax of the movie is when one of the investigators went into town to pick someone up. I don't remember exactly what it was, but one of them stays behind, and he gets into a big fight with the father. Father knocks him out with like a log and goes back into the house screaming that he has to burn that witch, his daughter. He feels like he recently got sick, like deathly ill, because of the witchcraft surrounding his daughter. So he burns the house down, hoping to kill the daughter who's upstairs. Once everything is said and done, the house is burned, the father is burnt to a crisp. Maria's body is found upstairs, a nude body but unharmed. So they try to attempt a twist. They take a plane back to Paris. So while they're on the plane, they say, you know what? Nobody would believe our story, but thank goodness we have pictures to prove it. They take out the pictures and they realize the pictures are all blank. Obviously, the spirits had something to do with it. A stewardess comes to offer them a drink. They look up and look who it is. It's Maria, or someone who's supposed to look like Maria. What are we supposed to think? I just thought that was a desperate attempt to have a twist ending, because it really makes no sense at all that now that Maria is dead, she's now a stewardess, or this Aztec spirit possessed the body of a stewardess and now looks like Maria. It just seems kind of bizarre and strange to me, and it just seems, like I said, a desperate attempt to have a really cool twist ending. Now, this movie was directed by Miguel Iglesias, and he's known for not many movies. Most of them are unknown Spanish movies, but a few notable ones are Night of the Howling Beast, Green Inferno, and Kilma, Queen of the Amazons. Now, the other stars of this movie were in a few other Spanish TV shows and movies, but nothing really groundbreaking. Now, the actress who played Maria goes only by a single name, Naduska, I believe it's pronounced, and she's most famous for being Conan's mother in the original Conan movie. So there it is, guys. Mogul Communications Rape. This movie was made in 1976 and released by Mogul in 1987. So, of course, misleading artwork as usual from a company that had no reputation to protect. Now, Mogul Communications had done weird things like this before. In fact, they've released the same movie multiple times with different covers and different titles just to market movies in multiple ways to try to, I guess, resell the same product over and over again. I feel like they might have purchased a bunch of films from Spain, from maybe the producer, and this was kind of mixed in with the bunch, and they were like, this is kind of like a boring movie. It's just some chick with some supernatural spirit around her. It's not really exciting, brutal, or gory, or anything of that sort. So how are we going to market this movie? So they sat down and watched it, and they tried to find the most memorable scene in the movie, and her screaming, he's trying to rape me, he's trying to rape me. So they're like, that's it. Let's call it Rape. And this is what we got here. A movie that has nothing to do with rape. It's just a supernatural, paranormal investigation movie. That's it, with a really bad twist ending that has been done a million times. So, for all you people out there that have seen this movie floating around and wondered so much about it because of this notorious artwork and this interesting title and the price tag that this usually goes for, now you know what you're missing. You're not missing much. Not a very exciting movie. We'll probably never see it on DVD. Well, I've been surprised before. Who knows? But it's not a very exciting movie. And it doesn't live up to this wonderful artwork. That's my review of Rape, also known as, in Spain, Naked Paranoia or Naked Concern, something of that sort. So, you see this floating around, get it. It's a great thing to have, or it's a great oddity to have in your VHS collection just because of the title and the artwork. But pop it in, give it a look, and create your own opinion, because from my end, this is an incredibly boring movie that does not live up to the cover art. So this has been Paul once again with another VHS review. Look out for my other ones, and we will see you next time.
You're now asleep, with no fear, with no fear. Sleep, sleep, sleep. What's going through your mind? We can hear you, but we can't understand what you're saying.